So my kids come home from school and they ask me questions about their homework. One of the things that they ask me quite a bit about is how to spell words. Funny story, when my kids come home and they ask me how to spell, I crack open Word, I type it in there, and I use spell checker. My spelling is horrible. So I want to take a look at here how you can take advantage of built-into Word spell checker. Get Word to go through and analyze your document, analyze the words within your document, and check to see if they misspelled. And then make some suggestions for you on how you can make those corrections. If you take a close look at my document right now, you can see that there's a few words inside of here that are underlined. They got a red squiggly line. And that's Microsoft Word looking at my document, analyzing the words, and finding what they believe are misspellings. Now, Microsoft Word, it's a great application, but it doesn't always get things right. Sometimes it'll mark something as being misspelled when in fact it's not. Maybe it's somebody's name, or it's an acronym, or something else that means something to you and your coworkers and whatnot in your process, but to Word it doesn't recognize it. So just keep an eye out for those little things. But for these legitimate misspellings, we want to be able to correct them. Now you got a few ways to be able to make corrections. Kind of one-off, I can go to a word such as this one here, this red squiggly line where it says to make your document look, and it looks like we try to do you are your. So I'll right click on that, just right mouse button click, and it's going to give me some spelling options. I can go into spelling and I'm just going to change it to the first one inside there. And there we go, to make your Word document look professionally produced and so on. So again, you find the misspelled word, just right click on it. They're going to give you some suggestions if they recognize it, and then you get to just pick from that list. Now this is just one way to kind of go through and pick and choose and kind of just one-offs that you want to correct. Now another way to be able to run spell checker, if I go up to the review tab, top of my screen, review, on the far left I've got the spelling and grammar, or the spell checker, and you'll notice the shortcut key inside there is F7. I can just tap the F7 key on top of my keyboard, and this would activate the spell checker as well. But I give that a click, and this opens up my spell checker. And in here, this is the 2016 release, has been updated a little bit. If you're using 2013 or 10 or earlier, still very similar. But here you get to find the misspelled word. Down below, I can see some suggestions that they've given to me. So insert, that's the one I'm looking for, inset, inert. Well, I want the first one in there, so I'll go ahead and select that. And I've now made that update back inside my document. Let's see, I can't even find where it was at anymore, but somewhere over here on the left-hand side. Made the correction. Now it's going to continue going through. I don't have to go to each word individually, because as soon as I make a choice, Word will now jump to the next one. And you can see, let's see. The pictures, charts, and smart art graphics changed to mock. I'm not going Mach 1 or whatever. I want to be able to match. So I look back over here. Looks like mock was a valid word. Macho or match. I want to be able to match. So I'll go ahead and select that. And it'll continue going through my document looking for anywhere that it is finding misspellings in my document. Now here, it didn't find any more misspellings, but it jumped into the grammar checker. And Word will go through and determine, well, is your grammar exact here? This is another one you want to pay attention to. Microsoft Word doesn't always get it correct. It does a pretty good job, but it doesn't always get correct, so just watch what it picks from. I'm going to ignore the grammar checker for right now, but they want to add a comma. When you click Design and choose a new theme, the pictures, charts, and so on. So they want me to put a comma there after the word design. You know what? I'm actually okay with that. So I'm just going to close out of the grammar checker or the spell checker at this point. Again, if you were on an earlier release of Microsoft Word, you would have got a pop-up window where your spell checker would have been essentially the same thing. You pick from suggestions and you go along your way. So, but that's it. That's your spell checker. Again, go up to your review tab, turn on the spell checker, walk through with Word, finding those misspelled words, or you misspell something, just right-click on it and you get some suggestions right there. So try this out. Download the file, 09 Word Finalize Doc. It's a .docx file, and try it out.